Hi guys, and welcome back to the Blues Focus channel for another opposition view video. And today I am joined by Matt. Thank you for joining us, Matt, from the Rotherham United Podcast, I believe.
Yes, that's right, mate. Yeah, no worries. Thanks for having us on.
Cool. Yeah, pleasure having you on, mate. I do love doing these episodes. It's always good to hear kind of what it's like from the other side. So I know I'm not the only one that's nervous for the end of the season. But our teams are definitely in reasonably similar positions in the table, sort of. I mean, we've only just started to pull out of it, but hopefully it stays that way. So yeah, anyway, just to kick things off, mate, what are your overall thoughts on Rotherham's season so far?
It's difficult. It's been a difficult season. When you come up, you expect it to be a difficult season anyway. But then with it being such a condensed season, that's not helped us. And then with the 2 COVID outbreaks we've had, which have caused an already condensed season to be even more condensed, it's really affected us. It's sort of a new system where we've pressed really, really high this season, which is obviously a high energy system. And then having all these games together, it's just been a bit of a nightmare. The game on Thursday when we lost to Coventry was a perfect example. You could see the players had no legs left. They just couldn't keep up with the energy that Coventry had. And that's if it had been a normal season, I think we'd have been in a better position. But I imagine most clubs would probably say something similar, I suppose.
100%, yeah, I completely agree with you, mate. If fans were in and circumstances were different, there was no postponements and stuff. I do think you'd be in a different position in the table. I'd probably say you'd be higher if you didn't have the kind of I suppose the fixture congestion, because certainly earlier in the season, anyway, we saw glimpses of what this Rotherham side can be. And I thought you made some decent signings. I thought sadly it looked decent at Doncaster, so. I thought it was probably a decent sign. How's he fared?
He's barely played.
Has he? Seriously?
Yeah. I was really surprised when we signed him at Summit. It was a bit of a marquee signing because, like I say, it was brilliant at Donny. He's played. He was very in and out of the team, and then he did his ankle in around November. So he's been out for a couple of months. But since he's been back fit, he's not started, and I don't think he's played more than 20 minutes in one game. It doesn't seem to be able to. He either doesn't like him. One, he doesn't like him, which I'm surprised about because he signed him. Or he can't find a way. We started off the season 4-4-2, and now we're going to 3-5-2. So I don't know if he now doesn't fit into this. But he played at Donny as a number 10, and the number 10 does work in this system. It's very sadly there's a strange. We've talked about him a lot on our podcast because we don't understand why he's not getting the games, especially with the fixture congestion. It's very, very, very strange on that one.
I can imagine being frustrated. I always get frustrated when there's certain players you want to see, but they just don't get played. So no, I get that. How's Wes Harding been for you this season?
He's been outstanding. He has been so good. If anybody watched the game on Coventry on Thursday night, then you'll see he made a mistake and cost us the game.
In fairness, I thought the tackle was fine though.
He went down easy, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Like, I didn't think it was a free kick personally, but he did lose his man, obviously, from the set piece.
Yeah. But he's been, other than 1 or 2 games, he's been our most consistent player of the season. He's played left back, right back, centre back of 3. He's played second back as 4 as well. He's probably been our sign of the season. And we feel very lucky to have him. If we stay up, he's good in this league. We're good down and be outstanding in League One. So it looks like a fantastic signing.
Yeah, definitely. Wes has always been a promising prospect, even at Blues. I remember his breakout season at Blues when he came in under Gary Monk at the time, and he was just fantastic. Maxime Collin had quite a tough job to push his way back into the squad when he came back from injury. But Wes, his breakout season was fantastic because he's not just a decent defensive fullback. He's all right going forward as well.
Yeah, exactly. Put across him.
Yeah, exactly. So no, I think the reason why we let go of Wes was probably because he'd been with us for so long, and it was hard to kind of get, I suppose, in the team ahead of Maxime Collin. So it's good that he's gone out and got some first team football now, because we all knew how good he could be. It's just the last season, when he came in, there was just individual errors. It wasn't working out for him. So I think to get that move away was a breath of fresh air for him, a new release, and just show what he can do. So I'm happy for Wes. He's a nice character as well.
Definitely.
100%. So I suppose, speaking of players, who should we look out for on the pitch on Sunday?
Our best player recently has been Lewis Wing, who we signed on loan from Middlesbrough in January.
How you pulled that off, I don't know.
I don't know. He's such a good player. One of his mates with Neil Warnock, so I think Warnock's done us a bit of a favour there.
True.
He's full of energy. He's fantastic on ball. He can hit a ball. He hasn't scored yet, but he's come close 2 or 3 times. I think it would work about 5 times. This is January. He just runs at midfield, and the bonus for us is that we're playing Middlesbrough on Wednesday, which means he can't play, which means he can just lead everything on pitch on Sunday. He can just put 110% in. If he's knackered, it doesn't really matter because he's got a week's rest, whereas everybody else hasn't.
True.
Michael Smith up top will probably start. Target man is what you call him, but that probably doesn't give him enough credit to what he actually does. He's fantastic with his feet. He can strike a ball in box, anywhere in box. We've got some on the day. We've got some very good players, but the question is tiredness. I couldn't even tell you what 10 of the 11 is going to be on Sunday. I don't know what we're like in terms of shape and fitness. It's a real bit of a mystery because of the fixture congestion we've had.
Yeah, I'm not surprised, mate. I think it will be a bit of a bingo lineup with the whole fixture congestion thing. I mean, even with us though, we don't even have fixture congestion, and it's bingo every week. So it is what it is. But no, Lewis Wing, I couldn't believe you bagged him. I'd have taken him at Blues. I think he gets into a lot of first teams in the Championship, to be honest. So no, I thought it was a fantastic signing. Obviously, that Warnock connection from the season he kept you up obviously helps. So that's some good business there. Definitely, he's got. I think he's right-footed. He's definitely got a good right foot on him. I suppose moving on to the next question. What's your favourite memory on playing Birmingham?
The short answer is I don't have one because we never beat you. The last time we beat you was 2015, I think. At Rose. I didn't go, and the manager got sacked the day after. So that wasn't, even though we won, it wasn't a particularly good memory. Before that, we never beat you. We barely even get draws against Birmingham. I think the last time we beat you at home was something like 1989. That was before I was born.
We do always seem to fare well at your place.
Very well.
I do remember that 2015 defeat. We were actually high flying in the league at the time, so it was kind of an expected win. And then we just go and perform like that. And I was just like, why can't we just beat the sides we probably should beat on paper, and then lose to the sides we shouldn't beat? But that's just classic Blues for you, really. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if we lost tomorrow. Considering we've just drew 0-0 against Brentford, beaten Reading, beaten Swansea, and then we go to Rotherham. That'd be the most Blues thing to do. I think one of my favourite memories, just for the scenes it was, even though the game finished in a draw in the end, because you literally equalised like 5 minutes later, and you weren't even playing for anything at the time. I think it was Danny Ward who scored, but Kareem Fry scoring that free kick from the outside of the box.
Well, our place or yours?
Yeah, it was at your place. It was like 2017, 2018, something like that.
That was probably the season we got relegated very embarrassingly, so I think I've tried to wipe that from my memory.
I don't blame you, but no, the free kick was just, it was so good. But no. So I suppose the all-important question, mate, and probably not the question you want to answer because it's just cruel, but where do you think you'll finish this season?
It could be anywhere between 22nd and like 18th. If we win on Sunday, and Coventry don't win, then everything's back to play for. We're all 4 or 5 teams are within 3 points for each other, and we've got games in hand still.
100%.
I'm going to say we're going to be safe, and that's me being positive.
Best way to be.
Exactly. There's so many factors it depends on. We've got a pretty kind run after you and Barnsley next week. We play teams who've got nothing to play for. We've got Blackburn who've got nothing to play for. Luton have got nothing to play for. Cardiff, with last game of the season, they'll probably have nothing to play for. And that's the teams we want to be playing. We don't want to play Coventry who are fighting or Birmingham who are fighting. You want to play Blackburn who don't really care right now. So
exactly.
From that point of view, it helps. I mean, last day of the season, Sheffield Wednesday derby. which could be an absolute blockbuster game, and that might help us because they both can't win. Obviously, that might help us.
100%. I think, to be honest, I reckon by then Sheffield Wednesday will be gone. Yeah, I reckon Wednesday will be gone by then. So I think that'd be more than likely a Derby win. So I think you can look at that game and think, right, we definitely need to just obviously match that result, but also pick up some points along the way. But you've got 7 games to do it, so you'll be all right. But those sort of kind of back end of the season games, they always tend to be high scoring.
Yeah, it's true.
So it wouldn't surprise me if it was a bit of a goal fest. So I'm sure it'd be entertaining. But yeah, no, I rate the positivity, mate. I'll try and be positive myself and say we'll stay up. I feel like we will now under Lebo, yeah. But
I think we will, yeah.
Yeah, cheers. I don't want to jinx anything, but here we are. But yeah, no. So finally, just kind of before we go on to score predictions to wrap things up, what are your thoughts on Birmingham this season?
It's been an interesting one, hasn't
it? Yeah. Jesus.
Trying to came in and when at Borough, we were highly rated. This good reputation of playing nice football. Went down a bit at Forest, and it just from the outside, it just seemed like it turned into a bit of a car crash.
It did. A bus crash.
Yeah. The thing with Cranker is he doesn't seem to have much of a personality. There's no charisma about him.
No.
So when things start going badly, he can't sort of charm his way out of it or say something clever and this, that, other. He just looks, when he started having a go at us for the COVID outbreak.
Yeah.
Like, just, loads of Birmingham fans have gone on Twitter saying, just don't listen to this idiot. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Exactly. All he does is moan. I don't know if you saw when Holly Dean took the piss out of his celebration, the shrugs.
Yeah.
But that summed up his time, really.
Yeah, I think Lee Bowyer is a good manager. He did pretty well at Charlton, and he's obviously played for you and did well at yours. So I think it was a good appointment at the right time, as it's proven. Definitely
a good fit. And to be fair, his first 4 games are against top 6 sides. So to come away with 7 points from those 4 was unbelievable. And I just hope we can kind of keep this going until the end of the season. Just keep picking up points. The worst thing you want to do is get ahead of yourself and start expecting things. Yeah. So you look at, you could say, oh, but we've beaten these top 6 sides. Surely we should beat Rotherham on Sunday. No, it's really not the case. So I try not to get too far ahead of myself anyway. But talking about Sunday, score predictions, mate. Go on.
I'm going to go positive and say we're going to win 2-1. Our home form is the worst in the division, though. Home record is the worst. So that's just us. Positive. yeah. We've got loads of home games left. A lot of our rescheduled games are home games, so we are behind a little bit. Like we mentioned earlier, we never beat Birmingham, but it's typical football for you to beat all these top teams and then lose to Rotherham. That's sort of how it works at the relegation.
Yes.
So I'm hoping that plays into our hands a bit.
I wouldn't be surprised if we lost, to be honest, because it's obviously it's going to be tense. Both teams are going to be battling. Yeah. I think it'll be scrappy. We are missing a key player right now going into Sunday, and that's Halilovic, who's been fantastic for us recently. Still don't know how we signed him, to be honest, but here we are. I think that'll be a big loss. But in fairness, it might actually suit this game on the basis that I feel like it'll be a physical game. So maybe we can bring in those more physical characters and look to kind of bully you a little bit more, because I think you've definitely got those big players up top when you need them, for sure. So no, I think I'd like to say we can win. And a few days ago I was feeling quite confident, but I feel like after your loss to Coventry, there's going to be a bit more fire in the belly going into this one. So I don't expect it to be easy, and I want to edge us like 3-2, but I'm feeling more of a 2-2 right now. I'm going to go 3-2, but it wouldn't surprise me if it was 2.
Yeah. I think both teams will probably take a draw. As long as Derby have lost and Huddersfield don't win, a draw for us is not a bad result, because we're still gaining ground on everybody else.
Exactly. It's a step closer.
Exactly.
100%. No, I completely agree with you, mate. But thank you so much for coming on at such short notice as well. I really appreciate it, and it's been a pleasure having you on the channel.
No worries, mate. Good. It's been a good laugh.
Cheers. Well, guys, go check out the description and go check out the Rotherham United podcast. And also, if you're feeling extra kind, the Patreon link will be down there too to support our content, and you'll get early access to guest pods and all that stuff. But no, thank you everyone for joining us, and we'll see how Sunday plans out. Keep right on.